everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you something a little bit different than our normal video series. I wanted to give you guys a channel update. We've been out of contact for a little while. I've tried to keep you guys updated in our community section on the channel, but I know some people read that, some people don't, some people just look at the videos, so I did want to make just a channel update, talking about where we've been, why there's been no videos going on, and what the future of the channel looks like. So, first of all, where I've been. Some of you might know, I've talked a lot about it in a lot of videos, but my dad was diagnosed with lung cancer about 18 months ago, 19 months ago, basically at the start of COVID. We had gone on a trip to Africa. He started having some lung problems, so a bad cough, some lung pain, came home. And being typical dad, he waited for a while, went into the doctor and got the bad news that he had cancer, had lung cancer, and it was stage 4. So there was not much they could do. They gave him about 6 months to live, and he decided to try a couple of treatments just to prolong his life, and towards the end, he stopped taking those treatments. And unfortunately, he passed away on, April 15th. So I took a little break from the channel to take care of him as he went into hospice. He stayed home with us. I moved in with my parents about 6 years ago because they were getting older and I was getting ready to take care of them. I didn't think it would be this soon, but it was. And yeah, his journey through cancer was a tumultuous one. He couldn't find a treatment that did a whole lot without having a lot of side effects. He also had a lot of trouble managing pain, especially towards the end, and it was to the point where, I was even off work trying to take care of him. It just got bad. If you've ever gone through something like that, you know how it can go. One thing I will say about my dad is he always told us that he didn't want to linger in the end, and that's what he did. He did not linger. So he was okay for, 18 months. And then the last month, he started going downhill, and it happened really fast. He, moved to a hospital bed in our living room, and then within the next 3 weeks of him, transitioning to full-time in the bed, he just deteriorated and passed away with myself, my brothers and sisters, and my mom all surrounding him. So, that it sounds sad, and, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of grief behind that. There's a lot of stuff I still haven't processed yet. Just a lot of, thoughts and emotions involved with that. But there's also some relief, and if you haven't gone through that sort of situation, it may sound a little harsh to say that, but believe me, he's not suffering anymore. Our family was basically stuck home for, 18 months because he couldn't go out. If he caught a cold, it was possible that he would not survive, and unfortunately, he did catch COVID during it, but he made it through that. But yeah, so that's just where I've been, what I've been dealing with. I know that's a lot for some people, so I want to thank you guys for sticking with me and commenting whenever I tried to give an update and everything. But yeah, the journey is over with his sickness, but we've got a long way to go with, the grieving process. That being said, I'm pretty excited to get back to making videos. I've missed it so much, and I find myself with a lot of free time where I think being creative and being, playing games, one of my favorite pastime, my favorite hobbies, will get me back into that, happiness and routine. And so this is the start of that. So we will be returning to videos, and we actually have a pretty close video return date. We'll be coming back on 5/2. What's that, May? May 2nd. We will be starting up our playthroughs again. There is going to be a little bit of a change as we do that. I was going through the channel and I would post 3 videos a day. for someone who works full-time, that's a pretty aggressive video schedule, and I would spend most of my weekends just recording. And then during the week, I would spend, a couple hours to a few hours a day editing and uploading and getting all the process done. So I'd like to take that down to 2 videos a day. I think that's more manageable for me because, I also now have to take care of my mom, who lost her husband of 40 years. And I would like some more free time than what 3 videos a day would allow. So we'll do 2 videos a day. And what that's going to look like is we basically will do 2 MMOs, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then we'll do 2 single-player games, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. One of the single-player games is going to be a big AAA or giant RPG game. And one of them is going to be a smaller, I like to call cozy game. Could be a, indie game. Could be a 2D game. I don't know. It's just going to be a smaller one that maybe might be a little bit quick to go through or is just cozy. So that's going to be the plan. Coming back 5-2, 2 videos a day, 2 MMOs, and 2 single-player games. So what series made the cut? Because we were making 3, we're going down to 2. We're carrying over some stuff that we have not finished. Obviously, Final Fantasy and Lord of the Rings are going to be basically a permanent staple on the channel. So don't ever fear that those 2 are going away. They're my 2 favorite games right now, even if I don't play them a whole lot. I actually just got Final Fantasy for the PS5, which I finally got. And I've been playing a little, controller action on the PS5, started a new character and just was taking it real slow. So I'm really into Final Fantasy. It's coming back to the channel. We're going to continue where we left off. So is Lord of the Rings. That's just an MMO that's always been one of my favorites. And we just got to a part where I have no knowledge of the game anymore. I've made it as far as I ever made it. So those 2 will be our permanent staples until, we beat the game or we get to the end and we run out of stuff to do, which that'll be years. So those are going to be our 2 MMOs. The 2 single-player series that will be coming back to the channel is we're going to continue Graveyard Keeper, and we're going to continue Wildermyth. We'll be wrapping those 2 up. That means that the 2 series that we started on the channel that basically are going to be left unfinished unless I get super inspiration to come back to them at a later date will be our Lens Island. I think we had 2 episodes of that out, and Lost in Random, which I don't even know if we broke double-digit videos with that. So Lens Island, Lost in Random, unfortunately, will not be continuing. But Graveyard Keeper, Wildermyth, Final Fantasy XIV, and Lord of the Rings Online will be our videos starting on 5-2. So now that we know what's coming back, let me talk a little bit about the future series for the channel. I think I've talked about this before, and one day I will find a way to show you in a way that's not just me walking you through an Excel sheet. But I keep a lot of files and planning documents for the channel. And I have things like listed out for here's possible future games, here's possibly what we'll do, here's the schedule. I have color coding. It's really fun and unique. But the future series on the channel. Obviously, right now we are playing through Shadowbringers in Final Fantasy. We'll be going to Endwalker as soon as we wrap up the story in Shadowbringers and do everything we want. Alliance raids, single-player raids, all of that stuff. We'll move into Endwalker. I'm very excited for it. Kingdom Hearts franchise playthrough. So you'll know that on the channel we've played Kingdom Hearts 1 and we've played Chain of Memories. I do plan to play through all of the Kingdom Hearts videos in the order that's recommended. So the next up on the channel will be Kingdom Hearts 2. And we're going to start that whenever Graveyard Keeper or Wildermyth wraps up. So once we finish one of those 2, Kingdom Hearts 2 will start up. The only other playthrough that I have planned for this channel right now is I was doing a Dragon Age franchise playthrough. So we've already done 1. We've done the DLC for 1, which I can't remember the title of it now. And we've done Dragon Age 2. So next up in that, franchise playthrough is going to be Dragon Age Inquisition, which is a huge game. I originally have it scoped out to play after Kingdom Hearts 2, but I think Inquisition is going to be a very long game for us to play on the channel. So we'll see. We'll have to see how that plays out. And then from there, I have like 50 games listed on there that could be potential, but really it's just going to be wherever the wind blows. If we have a game coming out that looks really exciting, I'll take that on. I think one of the biggest ones coming out that I really want to do is the KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic remake that was announced. That looks really fun. I was going to play the old one, but now we'll probably wait for the new one to come out. And anything else that gets announced or comes out that looks fun, you know, we'll just add it to the list and I'll see what we're feeling like. So that's the future of the series. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was channel updates. It's something that I wanted to do before. I don't know if we're quite at doing a channel update every month. We may do one, you know, when the time calls for it. If a series is starting to wrap up, if we've got a lot of changes coming to this channel, we may do some channel updates. But I'd really like to hear your guys' feedback on something either very similar to this, where it's just me talking at you with some words on the screen, or if you want something more organized. And what would you like to see in a channel update like that, if we did something where it's not a game, not a, you know, a organized thing other than me talking about what's up with the channel. What would you like to see in that? What else would you like to see on the channel? Are there any changes you'd like to see? Anything that you know, suggest? You want to do a Discord? I don't know. I'm open for suggestions because I really do find myself enjoying this. It's making videos and playing with the community, watching and reading your guys' comments really brings me a lot of joy. And obviously I need a lot of that in my life right now. So I'd really like to engage as much as I can. So give me those ideas. Give me those, you know, what you'd like to see in the updates. And I'll try to see what, you know, I have time for in my busy schedule. So that's the whole channel update video. Again, I've said it a lot, but I will continue to say it. I really, really appreciate all the kind words and support that you guys gave me on our community tab, and through Twitter, and through comments on the videos. I've read, I may not have responded or even liked them, but I have read a lot of them, probably all of them, and they've really just helped out a lot. Obviously, it was a very hard time. I will try not to let it bog down the videos with talking about it a whole lot. But I did want to let you guys know what happened and why we were gone. And that we're coming back, which is the most exciting thing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for all of the support. And I will see you in our next playthrough on 5/2/2022. All right. Thanks all.